Hello, welcome everybody to our very first video of the channel, where we are going to see how you can effectively use the self-hosted agents in Azure DevOps. Now, I'm assuming you have some previous knowledge on Azure DevOps and Azure Pipelines, but if you don't, here is what the documentation says, okay? So Azure Pipelines is the part of Azure DevOps that automatically builds, tests, and deploys code projects. It combines continuous integration, testing, and continuous delivery. Well, basically, if you want faster time to production, if you want the benefits of automated processes, then you should consider using Azure Pipelines, okay? And our pipelines, they need to run on something. And this something is what is called Azure Pipelines agents. Now, the two main types here are Microsoft hosted agents and self-hosted agents, okay? So if we go back to our organization here, we have this project testing, and we're going to go to project settings, and we're going to go to agent pools. Now, as you guys can see, we already have this default Azure Pipelines agent pool. And if we click on that one, we go to agents, we're going to see that we have a hosted agent and that it is online. So, okay, all good. Let us create our first pipeline here. So a new pipeline. We're actually going to get some code from GitHub that I have set up. And we're going to select existing Azure Pipelines YAML file. So we're going to get it from this branch right here, demo start stop, and it's going to be this first path. Now, this right here is not very important. This is where you would run some code and you would actually do something with your pipeline. I have just created a simple script that is going to print out a message. It's going to print hello Azure DevOps. But the main part is here. So we are selecting an Ubuntu latest image for our Microsoft hosted agent, okay? Now let's create this pipeline and let's run it and let's see what happens. Okay, so we have our demo job here. Oops, and it fails. And it says no hosted parallelism has been purchased or granted. And it says that we can fill out the following form to request a free grant. So let's try it. Looks like Microsoft is already on a holiday, right? This is the 8th of December, 2024. And as of now, we cannot request free grants. So what do we do now? Well, the good news is we can actually set up a self-hosted agent, okay? So if we go back to our project settings, you guys are going to see that I have created already an agent, and it is this Ubuntu agent pool. And if we go here to agent, you're going to see that it is this VM right here. And I have it open right here. So it's just, oops, I'm sorry. It's just a simple VM that I created to run our pipelines. Now, if you don't know how to set it up, I'll leave a link right down in the description and you can check it. You just follow along and you're going to be able to configure your self-hosted agent as well. Okay. So you go to that link and you go back to the rest of this video. Now, let me just start this VM. Okay. So as you can see, I am manually starting the VM and we're going to go back to our pipelines. This is the one that we have created and we're going to edit it. And we're going to say name is Ubuntu agent pool. Okay. So validate and save. Yes, commit directly. And then run. Okay, guys, so it looks like there was already another job in the queue. So now it's going to start to run, okay? As you can see, initializing the job, and it's going to use our VM. Okay, so we first does the checkout for our repository. And then it's going to print out our message. image that we have set up. Okay. So as you can see, it's all good. It's running and it works. Once again, here is the message. Hello, Azure DevOps. Okay. And now we can go back here and we can stop this VM, right? Because, well, we don't need it running 24/7. This would mean a lot of costs for us, and we don't want that. We just want this VM to run our pipelines. So how do we actually configure that to happen automatically, right? Let's go to our VS Code here. And as you guys can see, I have these two jobs. So I've created this start agent job and also the stop agent job. And notice how we're using the pool server. Now, what is this pool server? What does that mean? Well, if we come here, as you can see, Azure DevOps, it supports agentless jobs, okay? And so only a few tasks are supported, but this will be enough for us. So you can see that they're orchestrated by and executed on the server, and it doesn't require an agent or any target computers. So if we go back here, what we're actually using is we're calling the invoke REST API tasks. And we're calling this post request, and we're saying start the VM. Now, this is the documentation for the Azure Virtual Machines REST APIs, okay? So we're going to use the start one, we're going to use the get one, and the deallocate one. So as you can see, post and start. And then we're just waiting. We're waiting a minute for it to start. Now, it doesn't even take that long, okay? But we're waiting 1 minute regardless. And then we're just checking that the VM is running. So if we run a get request, and then we're checking that this properties, instance view, statuses, code, it says power state running, okay? And the stop agent is actually very similar. We're gonna say deallocate here. This is the request that we're running. And then we're actually going to wait for the VM to stop as well. And we're going to check that it is deallocated indeed. Okay. Now you can stop and go to my repository that is going to be linked down below and analyze this code. And also, if you have any questions, you can leave it down in the comments. And now all we need to do is we need to add this code in here. So let me just pull the changes that we have. And let me modify this file so we can add both the start VM stage, okay, and also the stop VM stage, okay. So we're gonna save that. We're just gonna stage our changes and we're gonna commit. So we're gonna say add start stop. Okay, nice. Okay, and we're gonna sync changes. Okay, and now we can go back to our pipelines. And as you can see, it is running already. Now it is going to say that that a permission is needed. So we're just gonna say, yeah, okay, permit. And now, as you can see, our job actually has 3 stages. So this first one, and you can see it completes very quickly. It's going to say post to this URL here, and it's going to say accepted, right? Now we're just going to wait that 1 minute for the VM to start. And if we go here real quick and we refresh this page, it should be running, okay? And yeah, so now it is actually running, okay? So now the wait is over and we're going to run that get request. And as you can see down below, we're going to have the power state running. So it is actually running, okay? Then we can run, whatever code we need. In this case, it's just our demo code. Let's hope that it prints out that hello Azure DevOps message, right? And we're good. Okay. It prints out the message. And now we're going to go to the deallocate self. And as you can see, it all happens very quickly. Okay. So we do the post request to the deallocate API. And now, once again, we're just going to wait a minute. But if we go back here and we refresh our page, we are going to see that it is actually deallocating. Okay, so let's just wait that minute and we should be fine. Okay, guys, so the wait is over, and now we can actually check the VM is deallocated. Once again, we're going to have the code property under here, statuses, code, and as you can see, it is actually deallocated, okay? And so if maybe it wasn't, it was still like deallocating, or if the request failed, the whole pipeline would fail, and then you could just set up an alert, a notification, and you would know, and you could come here and you could quickly stop that. So if we refresh the page, yep, we're going to see that the VM is stopped. It is deallocated, okay? So real quick, very simple, guys. Here is how you can set up start and stop for your self-hosted agent in Azure DevOps, okay? All the code is going to be linked down below in this repository. If you have any questions, you can leave it down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.